Hello again, everybody. This is John with BestPriceNutrition.com. Today we have the lead marketer and formulator from Allmax Nutrition, Jason, to talk about today, not IsoFlex, but this is called IsoNatural. But a good way to think of it is IsoFlex, but the difference is going to be the sweetener. So you want to go ahead and run us through and touch down on the biggest difference between this and IsoFlex?
We basically took the same protein, the same high quality, cold filter, microprocessed protein that we have in IsoFlex, and then we sweetened it with monk fruit and stevia and cocoa powder in the case of the chocolate. And so what we've ended up with is a really good tasting, good mixing, easy to drink product that people who do want to avoid anything that isn't natural, they can consume. So we've also included a couple of other things. Nutriflora is one of the ingredients in there to help with mineral absorption and protein absorption, as well as a prebiotic in there to help with the gut health.
Okay, and the prebiotics is like food for the bacteria, so they have something to eat.
Exactly.
So okay, and one of the benefits of whey, we were talking about it, is that it actually promotes a healthy gut bacteria. It kills off bad guys, and it's kind of it doesn't have an ill effect on probiotics. That's one of the cool things about whey. Some of the immuno-enhancing effects come from that too, right?
We were talking about the fact that this has right on the back. If you flip it over on the label, it shows you all the microfractions that are there in a percentage amount. And so when it comes to whey, if you heat treat it, if you don't cold temperature process, you lose some of those things. You get a denaturing process, and that's one of the things with IsoFlex and with IsoNatural that is so beneficial. That the glycomactopeptides, which helps stave off hunger, and the immunoglobulins, which helps with your immune system, and some of the other key health-giving benefits of whey are all in there, and we do specify that with that graph, and people can just take a look at the label and at a glance know that they're getting that kind of quality.
Cool, yeah, and you guys know from the whey video, if you have more questions, that I've gone really in depth on that. And basically, if you go over PubMed, I mean, whey is more or less a superfood, and it should be thought of as a food, but it has to be processed, correctly. Yeah, you'll get your primary structure, you'll get a really good amino acid sequence from any whey, but you'll lose out on the other benefits of whey, which are not insignificant. Anti-carcinogenic in some cases.
Antioxidant. It helps boost the glutathione levels in the body.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the body's master antioxidant. You can take antioxidants all day, but really, when it comes to truly quenching all the free radicals in your body, you do need a very healthy glutathione level.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So no artificial dyes, no artificial colors. So in terms of taste, say somebody that usually takes IsoFlex, they're used to the artificial sweetener, and for those who want to avoid artificial sweeteners, this would be a product for you. What do you expect in terms of taste? Like, hey, I'm used to chocolate IsoFlex.
Yeah,
what would I expect from this?
It's different. There's no question. I mean, IsoFlex is a better tasting product. The flavor is deeper in terms of the depth of the flavor. It's hard to explain.
Sweeter.
It has a better sweetness profile. But what I will say for the IsoNatural is that it's a very, very good flavor. What you typically find with proteins that are out there that have been sweetened with stevia is that you get that metallic stevia taste. You don't get that with this. It is a very clean flavor. So anybody that's out there that is used to IsoFlex, they won't be disappointed by this by any stretch of the imagination. And we've also rounded out the stevia with monk fruit extract, which is a newer natural sweetener that is out there. So you've got the two of those combined that gives it a nice potent flavor profile.
Take away some of the bitterness, maybe.
Yeah.
So this would I've tasted this. So this to me reminds me of more like almost like a more bitter, like cacao, like natural chocolate. You think that's a pretty good?
Yep.
Not quite as sweet, but nice, like a nice clean taste.
I think of it as almost like a darker chocolate flavor.
Exactly.
It's slightly thinner in terms of its flavor profile, but people like that. I think anybody who likes a little less sweetness and a little darker chocolate is really going to appreciate this when trying it.
Sure, and also those of you who mix it in a smoothie with fruit and things like that. I mean, that's going to cover you right there anyway. So I know a lot of people tend to do that.
I mean, the vanilla's great for that. Anything when it comes to mixing it up, or even the unflavored IsoNatural that we also have, which is a similar kind of protein, but just absolutely no flavor and no sweetening, so that you can integrate it into recipes if you choose, or anything else like that. A quick word to the viewers out there, though, when it comes to cooking with protein, we do maintain the good microfractions in there. If you add add too much heat, it does denature the product and change the profile. It's still protein, it's just not the same kind of health-giving properties.
In terms of muscle building, no difference, but in terms of biological activity, you're running the risk of losing some of that from heat because you've taken the time when you guys filter it and process it to avoid such an effect. So, you know, if you do want to make muffins or something like that, and that's fine sometimes for a treat, you know, but, you know, if you're really looking to get, you know, get all the benefits from whey on a regular basis, I wouldn't recommend overheating it. I mean, that would be my contention. Now, another thing, it's gluten-free, and it's virtually lactose-free. You can't claim 100%, but more or less
99% lactose-free. So anyone who is gluten intolerant tolerates this very, very well. We've had people who have gluten issues and consume this on a regular basis, and they tolerate it extremely well. So anybody out there that wants to avoid the gluten, wants to avoid the lactose, this is a very good selection.
Cool. Yeah. So anyone looking for, you know, cross-flow, microfiltered, cold temperature processed whey protein isolate that doesn't have artificial sweeteners. I believe this is the only one that's pure CFM on the market. I could be wrong. That is naturally sweetened. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm
not aware of any others.
Yeah, I don't know of any others off the top of my head either. So that's a product for you. Is there anything else you want to touch on? I think we covered pretty much everything. I've gone pretty in depth in other whey videos, so you guys know that one's out there. So.
I guess the only other, it's a more minor point, but it's a bit of an eco-friendly point, is that we've gone with 100% post-consumer materials in the PET that's in the bottle here. Okay. So it's one of the things that you know, it's a bit more eco-friendly in the packaging itself.
And there's an unflavored version available currently, very similar, but just no sweeteners. And then you have some other flavors coming soon.
I mean, inside word that we are the product has been very successful. Even though it's just recently launched, so we're already looking at new flavors, so stay tuned, and we're going to be launching something soon.
Cool, and hopefully we'll have samples of it in the future, put some pressure on these guys to get some free samples. But hey, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section of the video. Happy to answer them. Appreciate you joining us today. Also check us out at facebook.com/bestpricenutrition. Thank you for watching.